Hello, Jimmy from Hairy Campers. Today, because of COVID-19 or coronavirus, there's not much we can do in the range of camping. So basically what we're going to do is look at some of the gear we've got. But the reason we can't go anywhere is because we don't understand this disease, this virus. We know 14 days at home will allow us to get on top of it. If one person doesn't do the right thing, it becomes 56 days. Then if another person doesn't do the right thing, it becomes 116 days. It just gets out of hand. So if you've got no reason to be anywhere, 14 days at home, or be at home as much as you possibly can, and don't mix with people until such times as our medical fraternity can get on top of this. But anyhow, just to go back, in the 1800s, a ship left England called the Ticonderoga. It got to Melbourne, got to Port Phillip Bay, and everybody on board had been exposed or had typhoid. So they set up a quarantine station, which the ongoing effect of that was we set up quarantine stations in Port Phillip Bay, Sydney, Newcastle, Brisbane, Western Australia, Northern Territory. And if you come to Australia, you had to go to the quarantine station for XYZ times, in excess of 14 days. You didn't have any say in that. If you wanted to stay in Australia, you went to quarantine station first. Today we've got people whinging and whining about coming from a hot place like China, Italy and Spain, and whinging about having to go into quarantine in a motel for 14 days. The quarantine station was a little tiny brick building where it was like being in solitary confinement for up to 30 days until you could prove that there was no more infection of anything. Anyhow, enough on that. At the end of the day, please quarantine, or please do the right thing and social distance. Otherwise we'll never get on top of this. Okay, because we're at home, we can't go camping, we can't socialise, we can't do anything. Let's pull the campers, our caravans apart and have a look to see what we've got. At the moment, this is probably about one of the best barbecues I've ever had. Unfortunately, you can't take that camping with you. But anyhow, at the end of the day, what can you take camping with you? You've seen this before when we done camp oven cooking at Blink's place. At the moment it's set up as a spit. Now I've told you about this before and how impressed I am with it. It's simple and it works really, really well. Powered by two of them. Now these are two batteries here. They've done about 4 spits. They're still capable of working, but I just don't know, so I put 2 new ones in them. I went to my cousin's funeral and we cooked a couple of spit roasts on this, and it worked well. Not only is it a spit, if you want to, it becomes a barbecue in seconds. You can then, just a normal barbecue plate on top, you can barbecue on that. That worries you, just take it off, it just slides off. These two things won't interfere with anything. As I said in the camp oven video, you can either use a tripod or you can take that and set it up on there, which you've seen on the other video. It works really, really well. If you haven't got one of these, do yourself a favour and go and buy one. Now's the time. Take inventory of what you've got in your camper, and if you need one, go and grab one. They range from about $10 through to about 30. Not dear. A must. Lighters, matches, all the rest of the stuff, not as good as one of these. They're great. You can't have that without these. Now we've been through this before. 2 or 3 on a brick, put that on top of it, lights all the heat beads, if that's what you want to use. Unfortunately, this looks very impressive. It does, and it does look impressive. I've tried wood, I've tried heat beads, I've tried charcoal. It burns, but it just doesn't get hot. Probably make a good heater. It's about all it probably does. But that's my view, that's not yours. You've probably bought one and that probably works well. I can't get any real use out of it because I just don't know what I'm doing with it. Maybe in time I'll find something. Or if you know what I should be doing with that, drop me a line, hairycampers@gmail.com. Moving along, we've just bought this new thing here, which is a camp kitchen. Now, I read a book. It was called the Great Stations of Australia. Now, to keep the ants away from their camp kitchen, they went and they had saucers, which I've got and got here, and what they did is they filled the saucers up with water. Now, the ants walk up the saucer and they get on the saucer and they drown in the water and they can't climb up to where all your goodies are. Now, if you don't want to carry around saucers, these plates would be just as good, or the smaller ones. Like the smaller plates would be just as good. Just to try and keep a little bit of water in there where the legs are so it keeps the ants away. As you can see, got a little gas stove that sits up on top of it. It works pretty good. We had this one away last year when we went away camping up into Queensland, and it was great. It worked for us. 3 burner, hooks up to a 9 kilo gas cylinder. When you're on the run, you want to make a cuppa, you want to do something really quick, these are the duck's guts. Little tiny gas cylinder in there. They will boil a kettle of water in less than probably 10 minutes. They're great. They really are. And look, you can get them anywhere from $14 to $25. They're really worth their weight in gold, those things. With the Black Series camper, I pulled most of it out, had a look to see what I could find in there that we was going to use and not going to use, because nothing's really wrong with what we've got. It's just the room that it takes up. Have a look, work out what you need to take with you. You may not need to take everything with you next time. You may only need to take the camp oven, or you may take the spit. Just remember that spit doubles as everything. A barbecue, a spit, a fire for the camp oven, it doubles as everything. It's the most useful thing I've got in the whole trailer. This is brand new. This is worthwhile having. If you haven't got one, BCF, not dear. I can't remember how much it was, but it wasn't dear. If you're going to do spit roast, these are a must. Little tiny thermometer, and on the front here it's got all the different types of meat that you've got, and you just plug that in the meat and gives you a temperature of when it's cooked. That's a must for when you're doing spit roast, especially out in the bush. So these times when you can't go away, you can't do anything because of COVID-19 or coronavirus, pull all your gear out of your camper, go through it with the family, go through it with your missus, your partner, whoever you're going to take with you, and ask them the question, do you think we should take this with us on this trip? Do you think we should take this? Do you think we should go and buy something like this? Do we need to buy one of these small stoves? Ask the question. You haven't got to rush into it because you've got 14 to 28 days of time that you may not be able to go anywhere. So do yourself a favour, have a look at what you've got. A great time to work out what you can still buy and what you can't buy. You're still able to go to BCF just with social distancing. You're still able to go to Woolworths or Coles with social distancing, of course. You haven't been stopped from going to Bunnings, but you've still got social distancing. Try and understand what the authorities are trying to do here. We don't know how long it's going to last for. We know there's no known cure, and we know there's no known cure on the horizon. So it's all up to us to try and do something about it. All right, that's all I've got to say. This is Jimmy from Hairy Campers. If you want to send me an email, it's hairycampers@gmail.com, and I'll return anything because I'm at the moment at home for the next 28 days. Okay, thank you.